Hello and welcome to Sassy Scrapbooking. In this video tutorial, I am going to take you step by step through my process of creating the springtime card using the images from the Cricut Spring Fling Cartridge. So let's get started. In the Cricut Design Space, let's go to Insert Image, and I'm going to choose the cartridge. I'm looking for the cartridge Spring Fling, and there it is. I want to view the images, and I want the bumblebee and this flower, which is a flower branch, and I also need a square. Let's just grab this square right here. It's the one I tend to use the most. Okay, so let me set that aside and the bumblebee aside, and then I'm going to use the square. Now in set canvas, there's a lot of options here. I'm just looking for a card size. When I look at the cards, there's so many options, but I'm really just looking for a square, and I could do it using the blank canvas and then putting in a square. It's just easier for me. So I want to make this square. Let me unhook that. I want to make it the size of an A2 card. That's not going to be my final result on the card size, but I want to work within the space of an A2 card. So let me go to layers now, and I want to change the color of my canvas to white. And I'm going to move this bumblebee out of the way here. I'm going to take my spring bouquet here from my Spring Fling, and I want to enlarge it to fit 4.5 by, or 4.25 by 5.5. And then I'm going to take my butterfly and reduce that in size and duplicate it. And let's put the the bumblebee right there. And I want to mirror this bumblebee and put him over here. So he's going to be flying around. And that's what the outer portion of my card is going to look like. Don't really need the background image. I just needed that to be able to get my visual of the size of what I wanted on the card. Now this, I am going to move away from the bumblebees. Just set them aside for now. And I'm going to work with this. This is the first time I've used this cartridge. And what I noticed is that this whole group is grouped together. So I'm going to ungroup it because I don't want any surprises. Right now, if you went to the map preview screen, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see writing and a cutout on this alone. You got the bumblebees, and then it looks like you have writing and a cutout, but the cutouts are the flowers, and you're going to write on paper. Something just doesn't look right, so I'm going to take it apart and see what I'm actually getting. So if I were to leave it this way, I would get cutouts of the flowers, and then I'm drawing on stock paper that is not being cut out, so that doesn't look right to me. This, now it looks like I'm cutting out the green, which is good. That's what I want. and then I'm drawing on the green. But when I put this back, let me undo my move here. I'm drawing around the flowers, not in the flowers. Okay, let me put it back out. And I'm going to detach. Click on the flowers. And that's the drawing, or the drawing, and this is the cutout. And let's detach this. And that's the drawing, and that's the cutout. Well, I'm going to darken this up. I want to be able to see it better. So let's do a very berry and make it darker. And I'm happy with that, but I think that this drawing, let me put it on top first. This drawing should be drawn on here. I got it all kind of centered. Alright, so now I want to go ahead and attach that. And this, let's put this on top. And then we can draw the flowers. And then we'll attach that all together. Okay, so now the first thing it's going to do is we're going to draw the flowers onto green stock paper. And then next, we're going to draw the lines on the green stock paper, or the stems. And I'm actually not going to have these drawn. I'm going to emboss those on there. So I don't want the drawing to be second. I want the embossing to be second in line, which it is. And then it'll cut out my paper. Alright. Now my flowers, I think they're kind of dark, so I'm going to lighten them up. I'm going to use the pink. There. And these are going to be cut. Oops, I did it again. Let's put them on the very, very top. And so that's what my design is going to look like. But this is a flat design. And what I mean by flat is that I'm just going to be layering. And I want a little bit of dimension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the flowers. And I'm going to duplicate the flowers. And I'm going to stack the layers of flowers over each other and maybe do some curling on them so that they're more dimensional. Alright, so now let's take a look and see how my cutting is actually doing. Let's go to the map preview screen. I got my bumblebee. And then here I have a draw, or a write, and the cut. And these are my images. Now, because I'm going to be embossing these stems inside on the green stock paper, I want to make sure that I'm away from the rollers on the Cricut machine, which actually are right about here. The green rollers somewhere in this area, but since I'm embossing, I don't want the green roller to run over this area, so I need to move this whole design over just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over to the 1-inch area. Okay, so next I have the rest of my bumblebee and my flowers. Now I'm all for conserving paper, so I notice that the Cricut doesn't really do that in the Design Space. And that's fine. I can do it myself. I just move this over here, so now I'm using a smaller piece of paper or stock paper. Alright, so now everything is looking good. I've got, this is going to be a write and a cut, but I'm not going to emboss, so I'm okay with that. And this is also a write and a cut. And again, I'm not embossing, so I'm all right with that. So let's go ahead and cut. I just wanted to show you the items I used to complete this card. Off camera, I used a hot pink 4A marker in Site A of the Cricut Explorer to draw the flowers onto the green cardstock paper. And then I used an Emboss It marker by Ranger in Site A of the Cricut Explorer to draw the stems and leaves onto the green cardstock paper. After removing the branch cutout, I then sprinkled some green embossing powder onto the drawing and used my embossing heat gun to solidify the embossing powder onto the green cardstock paper. Next, I used some liquid glue and adhered one set of the pink flowers to the green cardstock, making sure to try and align the flowers in the center of the drawn flowers. With the second set of flowers, I took my scoring tool and ran the petals of the flowers over the edge of the scoring tool to create a bit of a curve to the petals. Now I don't know what this tool is called, but I bought these at Michael's and it came in a package set of 3. Each one has a round metal end in a different size. Using an old mouse pad, I swirl the round metal end in a circular motion in the center of each flower. This creates a little cup formation with the flower, giving it some dimension. Using some Zot dots, I am adhering the completed flowers to the existing flat flowers. To create a fuller look, I want to make sure that the dimensional flowers are not aligned directly on top of the existing flat flowers. I want to offset the petals so that they cover more area. Once all of the flowers have been adhered to the base flower, I am adding some pearls to the center to complete the flowers. Off camera, I have pieced the bumblebees together as well as printed a sentiment on a piece of cardstock measuring 5.5 by 4 inches. I have also cut 2 additional pieces of decorative paper measuring 6 by 4.5 inches and have inked the edges. I am adhering the cardstock with the sentiment to one of the decorative pieces and adhering this group to the inside of my card. Now I'm adhering the second piece of decorative paper to the front of my card and adding some double-sided foam squares to the back of the green cardstock cutout before adding it to the front of the card. Next, I am adding some more double-sided foam squares to the bumblebees and attaching them to the front of the card as well. Last but not least, I am using my black marker and drawing a couple of bumblebee trails to finish off the card. At this point, I would like to take one more moment of your time and thank you for watching my video at Sassy Scrapbooking. Please subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos. I will continue to add new videos as my adventures with the Cricut Explorer continue. Bye for now.